There's a lot of things you didn't know about rap legends, like how JayZ buys the most expensive things of any rapper ever. Not only is his watch collection worth more than any other rapper's, over 25 million. One of Jay's cars, a Rolls Royce, is the most expensive car a rapper owns, worth over 28 million. But things get more expensive, like how Jay also has the most expensive pet of any rapper, a champion racehorse that cost him 55 million, and he recently bought a house that was so crazy, it wasn't just the most expensive home a rapper owns. His mansion was declared the most expensive house in California history, cause it cost over 200 million. Man, millions are nothing to my Jigga. But having a spending addiction isn't as crazy as Eminem's Taco Bell addiction? Doritos Locos Tacos, Crunch Wraps, Baja Blasts. These are all things even my fat ass eats all the time. And Eminem too. He's always at Taco Bell.
I got a burrito supreme and a beef chalupa supreme.
Always munching their food. Man even motivates himself to make music just for Taco Bell.
You know, if I sell 18 million in my first week on my next album, I'm gonna just build me a Taco Bell in my backyard.
So that's why when other rappers hung around Eminem, even they noticed how ridiculous his addiction was.
But every time we around M and you backstage, it's like Taco Bell everywhere.
Eminem would just eat Taco Bell and drink Mountain Dew.
But alright, regardless of what anybody thinks about Eminem and his tacos, at least he can still eat them to this day. But Gucci Mane got away with becoming a murderer. There's a reason the man has more mugshots than hit songs. He's actually a real-life criminal, he don't just rap about it. Things turned deadly during Gucci's beef with another rap legend, JayZ. Cause at first the dude offered $10,000 to anyone who snatched Gucci's ice cream chain.
I got a bounty on that 10 stacks, man, you know JayZ fake.
But when some people found out where Gucci would be and came to snatch it, a murder went down. Gucci apparently shot one of JayZ's boys, known as Pookie Lock, so everybody was trying to get the answers.
He's not going to say anything, okay? Basically what happened, he visited a young lady, went over to her place. She was there, he was there. At one point, she opened up a door. 5 guys come running in. One of them had a weapon. Somebody yelled, one of the other 5 guys yelled, shoot him, something to that effect. He grabbed a gun that was nearby, and he opened fire to defend himself.
When the case went to trial, Gucci was facing a murder charge, and this had a possible punishment of prison for life. But due to lack of evidence and the situation claimed as self-defense, even though Gucci got to walk away without doing any time, he still admits he did it and gets disrespectful whenever he talks about the shooting.
Even though it was self-defense, do you ever think about that and you think like maybe I could have handled that different, especially when you did like the diss record?
He needed to be in the ground. Put his ass where he supposed to be. He tried.
Damn, put that ass in the dirt. Smoking on Pookie Load tonight. Then some more, I'ma send them the same way. In a box back to you.
Honestly though, it ain't even a surprise that Gucci's a murderer. I mean, just look at him always holding a weapon. But I was surprised about another rap legend who turned himself into a race car driver. TPain started drifting like that in professional competitions after buying a car based on his favorite show, Rick and Morty. Dude's Pickle Rickmobile is something he got customized and used to eventually get drifting lessons. But just whipping things around random parking lots wasn't good enough. TPain also got other drift cars. He started his own racing team, then he competed in his first professional race event and won. Man, that boy T-Pain's gassed up. But Snoop Dogg is secretly a super genius. Alright, since Snoop is always acting like a fool and saying dumb things.
Here we go, we have, what are those? Grasshoppers? No, them is Geicos.
Funky dog head.
People kind of figured he only gets invited to do side quests cause he's famous. Wrong. He actually gets invited to events cause he's smart as hell. According to the scale, the average IQ in the United States is 98, which is right in the middle of half the world's population that scores between 85 and 114. But because having an IQ of 130 puts people in the top 1% of smartest in the entire world, when Snoop Dogg tested and scored a ridiculous 147, he posted about his accomplishment because his score is not only higher than some of the richest people ever, it's only 13 points off the smartest man to ever live. Who the hell would have thought this man was actually a genius? But Rick Ross isn't who anybody thinks he is. He stole someone's identity.
License and registration.
Freeway Ricky was a famous kingpin who made headlines for trapping so hard, he made over $3 million a day. But right around the time he got locked up, a rapper named Rick Ross came into the rap game, and it instantly seemed like he was obsessed with Freeway Ricky's life, because a lot of Rick's music is talking about the life Ricky lived.
And all the dope dealers, murder. I got that Justin Bieber, please believe it. I'm in the distribution, I'm like Atlantic.
But Rick Ross, or should I say, William Roberts II, was definitely not living like that, man. This dude got exposed for being a correctional officer before he ever became a rapper. Things got even crazier though, because not only did this rap legend steal Freeway Ricky's real name of Ricky Ross, he also stole dude's entire look, becoming bald with a beard, so the real Rick Ross was pissed.
What is it like having a dude running around out there with your name?
It's crazy, you know, like how would you take my name and not have the decency to ask me first of all, you should have asked, but then never pay homage. You know, he won't even admit that he stole the name. He tells people that he invented the name. Like, how the f do you invent this name?
And after dude exposed his imposter, he actually tried suing Rick Ross for taking his identity and wanted $10 million. Unfortunately, that never amounted to anything other than Rick Ross forever being labeled a lame. But what if I told you Travis Scott got a secret job to change video games forever? Now, honestly, that shouldn't even be a surprise, because not only was dude put in a Fortnite as a playable character, he was the first rapper to hold their own concert there.
I get those goosebumps every time. I need the hype.
But Travis also did other collabs where he got put in a 2K and Minecraft after he secretly got a job working at PlayStation. Their companies always had a lot of plans with Travis. He wasn't only brought on because he was famous. That's why he helped promote the release of the PS5 by dropping PlayStation-inspired Travis Scott dunks, was the voice of the PS5's official trailer.
And there are new worlds to explore.
And not only is Travis also helping create his own PlayStation exclusive game, he was brought onto the PlayStation team to become a strategic creative partner to innovate future video games forever. But Drake was dealing with a criminal that tried to rob him of billions of dollars. Here at Drake's mansion, a random person broke in. So he called the police, and when they arrived, the woman was arrested. At first, Drake didn't want to press charges, which was a huge mistake because the woman got off with no consequence and eventually turned the situation even more insane. She started sending Drake crazy emails like, "I wish you were dead, shoot yourself and your son, put a bullet through your head now." And obviously all of that had Drake fearing for him and his family's lives. So not only did he get a restraining order against the woman, he exposed a picture of her and her name. But since she felt like he publicly defamed her in front of the entire world, she filed a lawsuit trying to sue Drake for $4 billion because of the damages he caused. Now, clearly no judge was gonna think that was reasonable, so the case was dismissed and out of Drake's life forever. But Lil Wayne isn't allowed at NBA games forever because he got banned.
When I say you say NBA. When I say you say Miami Heat. Let's go.
Saying crazy things like that only happened because Wayne showed up to an NBA game. The Lakers were facing the Heat until not long after the game started. Wayne was escorted out by security. A fan claimed Wayne was forced to leave because he was beefing with people and acted like he had a gun. But Wayne just said, "So I'm at the Heat game, right? Rooting for the Lakers because that's my team. And would you believe they got police to make me leave?" Then he exposed what he did with one of the Heat players' wives.
And I Chris Bosh's wife.
Ever since, Wayne's tried going to NBA games until he gets escorted out once he's recognized.
Easy, baby. He's leaving.
But what if I told you Kanye went through such a bigger tragedy? It changed the state's laws forever. Kanye's mom, Donda, was the most important person in his life. Before they knew it though, both of their lives were about to change. She was put in a surgery to remove fat from her body. And even though the procedure was successful, just a day later during recovery, out of nowhere, Kanye's mom passed away. An autopsy revealed that she died because of complications from an artery disease that nobody knew about. So Kanye wasn't just devastated, he blamed himself, saying, if we never moved to LA, she'd still be alive. I don't want to go far into it because it'll bring me to tears. Now, even though she was already gone, Kanye wanted to prevent anybody from going through what he was dealing with. And that's why he presented an idea for a new law to the California government. It would require all patients to have a mandatory checkup before any surgery. And they loved his idea so much that they not only signed it to become an official California law, they named it after Kanye's mom, calling it the Donda West Act. Man, love Kanye or hate him, he's always doing something to change the world.